Yeah, we still need it. We're live.
Are we live?
We're live. We're live here. All right, we're just gonna ignore this for a while. This is it. We're live. That's what live looks like.
Is this real? Right now we're gonna be like on TV.
We're on TV. This is Raw and Unedited. What the young bucks like to call raw dogging it. I think that's
Cheers.
cheers. I think that's the terminology.
Merry Christmas, Jim.
Merry Christmas.
That is good to pop your cherry live. See, they think we actually they think we don't sound like this. They think we actually sit around and try to make up our conversations, but
oh yeah,
they'll see that this is about
this is
real.
it.
We don't actually cut anything.
Yeah, I mean we cut.
Well, you cut some stuff.
I cut some stuff out.
We're probably gonna get banned now because you usually cut out like a lot of the bad stuff that I say. Oh man, I didn't know we're gonna be live. That's cool.
Where do you want to start?
Let me tell somebody to watch us, so at least we have more than one viewer. Is Bernard B? Are you watching us? It's probably Bernard.
It's most likely Bernard.
Is it on?
Yeah, it is. Oh, somebody is watching us. Anyways,
Now I'm on it.
All right.
all right. Well, since we're
Jim.
not too much, I don't want to have too much dead space on air, so I do
No,
want
what
to
are you
start.
talking about, man?
This
There's
weekend
no
was
dead
busy.
space with us, buddy.
This weekend was very busy, by the way. I don't know if you were keeping up with the news this weekend.
I was kind of busy with the family this weekend. Just trying to catch up.
It was
a busy week last
It was a
week.
buttload. I'll just fill you in really quick. First thing that happened, which was the biggest thing, was a second woman came out against Governor Andrew Cuomo. Right?
Who came out?
Another
second?
lady, a second lady, right?
Transgender?
No, a lady.
So why are we covering it on the news?
I'm just because
I thought it wasn't news unless it was like transgenders involved.
No. It's she's coming out and she's accusing Andrew Cuomo of basically they're pulling out all the knives on Andrew Cuomo right now. They want his governorship dead. He's dead. He's done. He's useless.
What did he
to the
do?
party.
Do you think he didn't pay his dues? Did
No.
he not pay his democratic socialist taxes?
From what I understand, is everybody hates him. Everybody hates him. Apparently,
He's got that face.
he's apparently he's a total jerk.
He's kind of got that face, that real punchable face where you just want to sock him in his face.
Yeah, well, he's kind
I'm
of
not
full of it,
saying
you know.
I'm not condoning violence, kids. I'm just saying Como does have one of those punchable faces.
Have you seen him during broadcasts?
No,
And
I don't. I try not to watch him.
He's basically a big bully. So imagine if
Is
he's,
he?
Yeah, he is. If he's like that with the journalists, I can't
Donald
imagine
Trump's a
how
bully, but he's likable.
Yeah, but
He's a funny bully.
Do I not like him because I don't like him?
Donald Trump makes jokes like,
Yeah, but he's kind
Rosie
of like a
O'Donnell
jerk. Yeah,
wears
yeah.
underwear with dick holes in them.
Yeah, but he's kind of he's
No,
just
that's
a
a Chappelle
jerk,
joke.
right?
That's
so
a
there,
Chappelle
so in an
But
effort,
that is a funny ass joke. You got it. Chappelle, like he's on next level.
so in an effort, I think just to keep up with the Republicans need to be bad as well. Do you know that 25-year-old wheelchair guy that made it into the House of Representatives?
No, I didn't hear about that.
I forget his name, but he's in a wheelchair, and during the RNC,
That dude is a member.
yeah, he's 25 years old. He's a young buck. He made it into the House of Representatives.
Why? Because he's got a disability.
Well, he's a Republican.
Does he have a disability?
He has a disability,
Okay.
right? And
How did he get the votes?
I don't know.
What's like his constituency? Like
I
what
have
does he
no idea.
represent?
I have no idea.
Okay,
He's
probably some
conservative.
he's probably some farm out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere that nobody gives a shit about. I'm just kidding. We love all of you guys in Idaho.
He's a conservative, and he stood up.
Speaking of Idaho,
Did
did you know that part of Oregon wants to break off and turn into Greater Idaho? Did you hear about that?
Really? Why?
A portion of Oregon who's just sick and tired of all the crazy Antifa, leftist, socialists,
Oregon,
the rioters, they just want to live a normal life, It's just like simple folk.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck this shit already.
Yeah,
we're out of here. So they're like, we're just gonna create our own state and we'll call it Greater Idaho.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I did not hear about that.
Yeah. We can't look up stuff now that we're live on YouTube.
We can, but we're still testing everything out. So,
It's always a learning curve with us.
Let's switch the tab. What did I do? I switched the tab.
said switch the tab. Choose another tab.
What do you
on the
mean?
browser? Choose
Why
another
does
browser
it
tab.
change it?
No, I don't think it changes the video.
Wait, are we still live, B? Can you still?
Oh, he's saying switch the tab as in
like just
no, yeah,
choose
we can
open up another tab.
we can do that. That's not a problem. It's just
So wait a minute, are we on a double shot now or on a single shot?
No, this is just purely single shot, just straight through. As you can see, we have the green screen. It's we're not really in space or in China or in Vegas or by the UFC
this
ring.
Sucks.
Yeah, so we're breaking a lot of hearts today.
It's okay, but this is what the live show actually looks like.
Yeah, it's basically just this.
It's
and
just
then we
me and Jim
occasionally
talking
click.
shit and we
Yeah.
watch stuff.
I just actually wanted to add a couple of so we went through the guy in the wheelchair. He's being canceled because they need to make a Republican look bad in the midst. But the only thing that he did was he apparently went on car rides with girls and would ask them about their chastity ring. And then that
Who did this?
it's the guy in the wheelchair. This
Bro.
guy on the wheelchair. Okay,
Are we canceling?
No.
Are we canceling handicapped people
We're
now?
canceling handicapped people. If they're Republican, we're canceling them. All right, it's only
No one is safe. They're coming for your kids next.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so
Republicans.
you know us. We always like to get our daily dose of Joe Biden losing it.
Jesus.
Oh, this is
God,
gonna be a
what did he
problem.
do today?
This is actually gonna be kind of problematic. Okay,
Why?
so if
We can't talk shit about the
no,
former
we can't
vice
show,
president.
we can't show the viewers at home what we're watching.
Oh, wait a minute. Does this camera work?
That camera?
No, this camera.
That
Oh,
camera's
is that
this
the
way.
camera we're on right now?
No, this is the camera we're on. There's 3 cameras.
We're on
going
this. We've got 3 cameras today.
Yeah, we got.
Damn,
3
we got
cameras.
high tech over here real quick.
Right,
We went
Right.
from like not even knowing how to
we
set
had that one right
up
there.
a tripod to now we got 3 cameras going on at once. No, how do we put people on camera too?
We can't. Not yet. Right now, we can't afford that.
Oh, we're not that.
We're
Okay,
not.
well, what if we just turn this around and shoot it to the thing?
That it's not gonna work like that. So if you're at home, you're gonna have to just listen to this.
Oh well, okay. Well, this is what we'll do.
What's up?
Jimmy will cut clips of the stuff that we watch. Okay. And then you'll have an idea. So watch the clips too.
And
I mean, if you
subscribe.
want to
Don't forget to subscribe.
like, subscribe, hit the bell notification,
Don't tell
comment, don't tell your mom,
your mom.
tell your dad.
Yeah. Also, we've got the audio podcast, so we have to describe what's going on. So right now, this is Joe Biden out at an event. His handlers told him, "Hey, don't forget to give the shout out to the people who helped us out." Right. So check
He's
this
getting
out.
on the plane. He told me he came in to see me last event, and representatives Shirley Jackson Lee, Al Green, Sylvia Garcia, Lizzie Pinelli,
Making shit
excuse
up.
me, Pinell, and what am I doing here? I'm in the loose track here. And Mayor Turner, Judge Adele.
Sheila Jackson. You're looking for Sheila Jackson, Mr. President.
Sheila
Sheila
Jackson.
Jackson is who you're trying to. He's in front of a bus. He's trying to name the names of the people who are helping him, and he totally
people
forgot
that
where he
went-
was at. He just totally blanked
Where
out.
am I at?
What am I doing here?
What state is this?
Man, that's not a good. That's not a good.
This is
one.
almost as embarrassing as when he just like completely shut down on the People interview.
Oh,
You know that one where his
where he's
like
just
head was
sitting
about to
there.
explode,
right? Yeah.
and Jill is just kind of like, "God, please don't die on me right here." Like it's gonna be so embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh,
It's gonna be
speaking
so
of Jill,
embarrassing right now.
thank you for bringing up. Okay, this is kind of like a 2-parter right here.
Mhm.
Okay, so this also happened this weekend.
Excuse for the background noise.
We're gonna go ahead and play one video, and I
Uh-huh.
want to see if you can combine. Well, see how the two relate. Okay. The first one is gonna be a joke by Bill Burr.
Wife.
Love Bill Burr.
Yeah. This isn't some Republican rant either. It's just kind of first ladies in general. You know, I don't know what it is. All throughout my life, with each presidency, like these first ladies, they've just gotten more and more like chatty. You know, more and more chiming in, like leaning into the frame, spitting out their ideas. It's just like, well, why are you talking? Right? You weren't elected. Shut up. Your husband's not running a lemonade stand here. He's running the country. You don't just chime in. Let me guess, is this considered sexist? It is? Why? Well, okay, you just nodded there, lady. Let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you had a leak in your house, okay? You call a plumber up. He shows up and he goes, yeah, I think the leak's coming from the upstairs bathroom. We need to shut it up. Blah, blah. Then all of a sudden his wife walks in, who isn't a plumber. And I go, yeah, I'm actually thinking, wouldn't you be like, with all due respect, shut the up. I need a plumber.
All right, so you get the premise of the joke, right?
It's only funny because it's true.
Okay, well, this happened this week.
Mr. President, in the 5 weeks you've been in office, you have been taking many actions to revert Trump administration's anti-immigration policy. But today, the Washington Post reports that your administration has plans to open tents at Del Rio, a town close to the border. Can you confirm that?
Right now, there's thousands of unaccompanied children coming across the border. In Texas, they opened up one that was a former one used in the administration, the last administration. Our hope and expectation is that won't stay open very long, that we'll be able to provide for every kid who comes across the border safely to be housed in a facility that's licensed.
And this administration is doing it in a humane way. And that's really important. I mean, we want to make
Wait a
sure
minute.
that children are safe, that they get mental
I
health
got it from
services,
here, Joe.
physical health services.
Don't
they
put
get
your foot in your
education.
mouth. I got it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I
was waiting for the response, and it was like, wait, you're here too?
like I'm not
Dr.
sure.
Jill.
I didn't know that there was a Mr. and Mrs. President. I didn't know that it was.
Oh, you didn't know this
Mr.
was the
President Trump?
Biden-Harris administration?
Mrs. President. I mean, sorry, Mrs. President Biden.
No, but you didn't know. It's Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus, right?
Oh, okay.
It's just like,
Well, that's
when
kind of
Santa's not-
exciting. I
yeah.
feel like we're in a new world now.
It's like the Disney episode my kids watch when Santa gets lost and then they got to go recruit the other kids to go find Santa Claus.
Mhm.
And it's a clusterfuck.
What?
Yeah. I don't remember if it's Disney or whatever it is, but basically the premise is Mrs. Claus comes with one of the reindeers looking for Santa and he needs the help of I don't know, Deputy Dog or whoever the hell.
What is
freaking
going
show.
on?
Find out the name of the show
What
and
is-
we will refer to it properly. There's an episode. I think it's on Disney Channel.
Okay.
My kids have watched it.
But
That's why.
something's evidently clear. At
But
that
what I'm
point.
saying, the bottom line is when he can't step up to the plate, then Mrs. Claus needs to go do her job.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
That
what
was the
you're
moral
saying.
of the story.
Don't
don't feel
Deputy
bad.
Dog threw everything off.
No. It's just I don't remember what the show is. I want to say it's not Paw Patrol. It's something else. I don't know, man. My kids watch freaking cartoons.
All right, so
One of the
here,
cartoons.
so here we are now. All right, so we're literally living a joke. I mean, people thought about that during Donald Trump's presidency, right? That we were just a living joke. This is
No. But we thought. Oh, look, I thought it was going to be a joke if either one of them won. I thought if Hillary or Donald Trump won, it was going to be a shit show of epic proportions.
Yeah.
And I was incredibly surprised with how Trump actually put a lot of his actions to plan. I mean plans into action.
the whole putting your mouth,
He actually
putting your money where your mouth. is.
yeah, he did. He put his money where his mouth is, and he actually delivered on a lot of the stuff he was saying. I mean, a lot of the stuff he was saying, just like all the politicians, they all say outlandish things, and they don't ever deliver on any of their promises. He actually went out and did a lot of the stuff that he was saying, which was shocking, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And so the second time around, he got my support because I saw I want more of this. I want more of less politicians trying to screw us over by sucking our country dry using wars and climate and whatever other bullshit reasons they can come out with. All right. And actually focus first inward and fix the issues that we have here in the United States, not worry about the Paris Climate Accord and the World Health Organization, all these organizations where people are like, why would you want to be a part of the World Health Organization? Because why am I going to pay $500 million to be a part of an organization that doesn't do anything for my country, for my people, for my citizens? They don't do anything for us. Nothing. Okay. And China, with their 1.6 billion people, they only pay $39 million.
Yeah.
But we pay $500 million. So how is that fair? How do you get to that equation, right? So these are like stupid deals for us. Like that $500 million can go into our schools, could go into generating jobs here, could go into revitalizing our economy. Why are we going to pay it to
Give me my $2,000 check? Where's my $2,000 check, Biden?
Don't hold your breath on that, especially since we're live now. They're gonna get the real raw dog. But anyways,
But CPAC was this weekend.
CPAC was this weekend.
CPAC was this weekend.
I didn't watch. I saw a little bit of Donald Trump's speech.
It was good. Not necessarily Trump's
I mean,
speech.
it was
not Trump's speech necessarily. I mean, the CPAC was very interesting. Their messaging was clear and on point. And I was actually splendidly surprised to have sat through that. I sat through the whole weekend listening to all these people.
How does it make you feel as a newfound conservative? That with the values that you kind of bring into this party, like into the right wing, like how do you mesh with like some of this with their value structure?
Well, the thing is, the messaging, there's a couple of things that was very interesting about the messaging. Obviously, the thing that's not necessarily relevant to me per se, but it's just generally, it's the whole, and it's funny because of the way the media twisted it, was they need to get the elections fixed, right? Obviously, there's a lot of
First and foremost,
right? Obviously, there's a lot of people that don't trust the mail-in ballots, right? They don't trust
for good reason
the roll call ballots, right?
And can we just preface that by saying it's not just Republicans don't trust, the Democrats didn't trust this.
Right, up until they won.
Klobuchar didn't trust it.
Up until they
Warren
won.
didn't trust it.
Up until they won.
Jimmy
Right.
Carter in the 70s didn't trust it. So how come all of a sudden, there's conspiracy theories about things?
Yeah.
Oh, so they were conspiracy theorists? Your Democrats were also conspiracy theorists?
Yeah, then not to mention
But
the fact
now-
that in 2020 they preemptively said that it's corrupt.
Yes.
But they won, so
it's not corrupt anymore. No,
Right.
no, that's right. Well, we were just joking about it.
right. So I mean, there's nothing more important than making sure that it doesn't matter left
We
or
need
right,
election
that
integrity.
that you feel comfortable.
You need
going
an
into, yeah.
You need an address, a
Right.
real address, not someplace in the park.
Right.
Like Crowder's guys are going out and like walking into these locations where it's an empty lot, it's a park, it's a adult center, like it's got basketball courts and stuff. Like those are
that
not
adult
those
center,
are
you
not
mean like adult.
yeah, no, not like not like that.
Like the
I'm
adult
yeah.
arcades.
No, I'm not talking about those places, okay?
Okay, but that was one of their messaging, that they want to fix they want to help the election integrity happen, right? Which is cool. Another thing that was interesting is that they talked a lot about rhinos, right? I'm not sure if you're familiar with the acronym rhino. Republican in name only, right? Which is, it's a fun wordplay, right? Because Republicans are elephants, but now you have like a one-horned elephant, which is a rhino. Right?
Okay.
They want to purge them. If you watch the Trump speech, he dropped names like representatives, senators.
Really?
Those are the people that are going to be primaried by the Republican Party, diehard Republican Party people, which was very interesting.
They should be, because they're two-faced.
Yeah.
And they're useless. They're useless. They don't stand for, like, if you don't stand for anything, then you'll fall for anything, right? Or if you don't stand for something, then you'll fall for anything.
Right.
So like these guys really, they don't stand for anything. So whatever agenda that the socialists want to push on them, they're just gonna be like, okay, I guess.
Right.
I guess if that's what's popular and that's what's cool with you guys, let's do that.
Yeah. They're gonna.
But
go
that's
the
not
way
how.
of the wave.
That's not how our government is structured. That's not how we're supposed to work. You're supposed to be representing your constituents. You should be worried about the integrity of our elections.
Right.
They should be worried about the integrity of the elections.
I think it'd be
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if this was on the shoe was on the other foot? Can you imagine Wayne County gets called for Trump by liberal media the night before, and then magically, like, the dude from Lucky Charms comes with this pot of gold full of like Biden ballots, and now the next morning they're like got 100,000 votes out of thin air, and nobody says anything about, like, what if that happened the other way? What if Biden was winning Wayne County and they called it, and then Donald Trump magically won Wayne County,
right? And I think
at 4 o'clock in the morning,
like,
after we have video evidence that they had sent the poll watchers home, and that they were supposedly going to stop counting.
But that's the problem with winning, right? When you're winning, none of that stuff matters. And also that's the problem with not having principles, right? You can't put the shoe on the other foot because you don't have that in your system, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I don't care. I see when you're literally seeing Nazis everywhere.
Yeah.
None of that.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. It does not matter.
It's like
Right.
it's okay because we're not going to elect Hitler.
Right. There's a lot of there's so many people that are incredibly short-sighted. A lot of people that I agree with, a lot of people I disagree with. They're incredibly short-sighted. They don't have this.
I don't think they have the capacity to even understand that like these types of things the shoe can fit on the other foot.
Right.
You
I
know,
mean,
like,
we're talking about the impeachment of Trump. I mean, as soon as they get the House, guess what's going to happen to Kamala Harris and to, well, not necessarily Joe Biden. Joe Biden really is just a walking
he's just
cadaver.
a skeleton.
He's literally just
Yeah.
a walking cadaver. But Kamala Harris was in the same situation of inflammatory language as Trump was. Right. You can go back to the old
Even
podcasts.
worse. I think she said worse. I think she said there will be violence and you should
They
expect
Right.
and they should
not let up.
and they should not let up.
Right. So
And this was after they had already there was violence on the streets in Oregon and Washington. So this is not something like that was implied. This was actually
right.
there was already
Burning
physical
down.
there was physical violence happening. There were buildings burning. There were businesses that were being
There's people being
vandalized.
hurt.
Of course. But that had to continue per your
Yeah.
current sitting
Right.
vice president.
So conservatives, leftists, woke people, non-woke people, normal people, just always remember that the pendulum always swings.
Yep.
It always swings. It's never going to be one way forever, right? And I think 2022.
Well, they're trying to make it where it stays one way.
Right.
Because if you basically what we're doing is we're going to go from a socialist democracy to crony capitalism to straight socialist to a communist regime. That's what's going to end up happening, is because you guys are not capable of doing the right things. You guys are not capable of taking care of yourselves. You're a threat to your own health and your own security. So we're going to take over all those things for you so that you can just live in peace. Because what we'll provide is you protection, and we'll give you a check that you can go and, which will deposit into your digital bank accounts because you won't need fiat currency anymore. And then you will just be reliant on us for the rest of your pathetic lives. And make sure that, you report your neighbors that are dissenting. Make sure you report those that are not on the program. Make sure you report your neighbors that are praying or congregating in churches, because those are your enemies. Okay, those are the enemies of the state. That's what communism looks like. Okay, when you have to pray in a dark closet somewhere because you're not supposed to have a God, you're not supposed to have religion, because you have a picture of Stalin hanging on your wall, because that's supposed to be the supreme ruler for you. That's your father. That's who you're supposed to look up to. That's what we're headed towards. We're literally headed that direction right now, and people are not seeing it. They just think no, this is good. It's good. It's okay. 50 some odd executive orders he's already signed, and he's just legislating. He's just fixing things that Trump did. That's all. Nothing bad happening, and I don't believe that. I didn't see that in the news. Nobody covered that. It's so interesting. I called one of my friends, and we were talking about it, and he's like a lifetime liberal, but I mean, the left has already gotten so crazy that he doesn't believe. I mean, anything that has to do with the conservative view is basically considered fascist to him, and anything that is not aligning with the leftist view is considered immoral. It's like you're not coming up with the times. You're being an old head. What's
Right.
wrong with you? But what's
Leftism
wrong?
is associated with progress. Right?
Yeah, it's progress. So this progressive left. So we're regressive now that we have values and morals and principles and beliefs and religion, and so we're not supposed to have any of those things anymore because that's regressive in this society. So a dude kicking my kid's ass in a basketball game, my girls, dunking on them, that's being progressive, right? No, children not knowing, right from wrong, because let's just call it what it is, okay? It's bullshit. I'm not gonna let a dude go. I'm not gonna let my kids go to school, to a physical school, if a guy's gonna go into the girls' locker room with them. It's just not gonna happen. Okay? I don't give a shit what he wants to identify himself as, but that's just not gonna happen. Not under my watch. I will not let that happen. So them trying to justify it by saying, "Oh, you guys are thinking regressive. Like this is not the way America should move. We should look beyond these things. Let's not look at this." No, we have to look at that. What are you talking about? You can't just be a dude your entire life, okay? Have a family and 2 kids, and then all of a sudden decide I'm going to be a chick, and then I'm going to tell you what you can do with your kids. It doesn't work like that. All right? We're not the one who's mentally ill. That guy is mentally ill. 100%. That guy is sick. Okay? You can't take a 9-year-old kid and give them hormones or give them blockers or something to affect or stunt their growth. That's sick. That's where we're at already. I mean, that stuff would never happen in the Soviet Union. If anything, like they see a kid with potential, they'll take them and they'll take them away from the family and put them in like special camps where, whether it's for chess or for sports or for whatever, when they find gifted kids, they will remove those kids from their families but put them in what would be considered progress for the state,
So you're saying transgender ideology is anti-communism?
I'm saying that would not be acceptable under the Soviet socialist
So even
values.
the Soviets had standards.
Even the Soviets had some standards, I think we're breaking through the walls of like common sense and reason at this point. I think looking at the direction we're headed, the global warming. I love how people just keep saying global warming. I love it. They have to change it to climate change because global warming didn't make sense when even the hottest places in the world are freezing over now.
Yeah.
Right? They're having long winters. Texas is freezing over, like all this obscure weather. So it's not warning. We're not depleting the ozone layer and burning ourselves anymore. It's just climate change is happening. Okay, climates are always going to change. And do we have an effect? Absolutely, we have an effect. Okay, just like anything. Just like when we go build houses in the middle of a rural area, of course, we're going to affect the wildlife there. We're going to affect the air quality there. We're going to affect everything because we're going to drive our trucks and we're going to build roads and we're going to pave highways and we're going to progress like that. But are we changing the ecosystem for the long haul? Probably not for millions and millions of years, because this place has been around for millions of years before us and it'll be around for millions of years after us. So is that what we need to be worried about right now? Or the fact that a dude wants to go to the same restroom as my daughter, underage daughter? No. I say no. It's not happening. So stop trying to trick us with your bullshit. All right. Your red herrings. We're not falling for them. We say no. We say yes to common sense and no to bullshit socialist values that are they're progressively regressive. They're so progressive that they are
gone
regressive.
so progressive that they've met the other end of the spectrum now.
Yeah.
They've gone full
We've
circle.
already gone full circle to now we're just being degenerates.
Right. Oh, I don't know if degenerates is the word, but
no, that's I can say it.
Where are we with time here? Oh. Well, considering that
people watching us now,
I
think Bernard just logged in.
I
I think Bernard just came onto the show.
Yeah, I just the only thing
What else do we want to cover? Anything you want to cover from CPAC? Anybody besides Trump that really like struck a nerve with you?
It was Pompeo. Really, I became a Pompeo fan over the weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of said it best. I'll go ahead and just let him speak for right now, real
All
quick.
right, let's hear him.
And we'll just go ahead and close out with this one. It's a lot of
clapping.
right?
Thank you for that warm greeting. In the last few months, we've been called clowns and deplorables and ignorant and rednecks. We've been called the evil resistance. The New York Times thinks I'm the worst Secretary of State of all time. Yeah. Yeah, since I last saw you, the Chinese have sanctioned me. The Iranians don't think so much of me either. But I'm proud of our fight, and I'm proud of our accomplishments, and that we have truly upended the status quo. We've demonstrated enormous resistance to socialism, to the woke cancel culture. I'll talk some about that. We've resisted seeing our liberty and our freedoms slipping away. This is a noble, worthy fight, and we're in it.
Really has not said anything.
We fought hard. We fought for it hard on nearly every
Set it
front.
off
We
the
will
video.
always fight for it.
What the hell was this?
So this is what you couldn't wait to hear this, huh?
No, this
Just a bunch of
was awful. This is an awful.
Just
It
a
was
bunch of
literally
hooey.
just 45 seconds of.
hooey.
Okay, well, he defended the Trump record, right? They're talking about peace in the Middle East, right? They talked about all these things.
They had a lot of great things that they did, both
Right.
in, from him as being Secretary of State
Yeah.
and our foreign policy. We didn't get any new wars, which was huge.
Yeah,
Well, we
moved the
remember we had the
embassy-
1,000-something day countdown. We had not had any new military occupations,
Yeah.
which was great. We brought back a lot of our soldiers that were quartered overseas, which is great. We strengthened our military capabilities. He bought new equipment, updated a lot of the things that needed attention. He really delivered for a lot of, the military branches. He started Space Force, which I thought was hysterical because I was like, oh, great. We're going to turn it like Star Trek. But it's, after you see the video of the UFO and after the Pentagon actually released documents saying, yep, that was a UFO, and we legit saw it and followed it, one of our fighter jets. And I mean, it's good. It's smart. We should probably start thinking about that too.
Right, yeah.
Because if we do have a, an interstellar,
I think there's more I think there's closer things, more earthly things in space that we can worry about, the Chinese and Russians.
well,
Before we go to before we go
I
to
know.
UFO.
before we get to the Galactic Federation.
All right, yeah.
But at the same time, it's I think we have to be mindful that we're just a little dot in the larger scheme of things.
Yeah.
In a vast galaxy full of stars. So might not be a bad idea to.
No, definitely not a bad idea.
And I'm not saying let's go spend $50 trillion on space exploration right now when we could be reopening our schools and doing best for what our citizens need at this moment. But
Yeah, but knowing the Biden administration, we might spend $5 trillion on
just
space exploration just to spite the people who need the schools
just-
reopened.
exactly.
All right.
So, I'm glad that they're staying united. I'm glad that Trump didn't come out and say, you know what, I'm gonna start a new party and screw you guys because nobody stepped up when we really needed it,
Right.
which they didn't.
Yeah.
That's why I called. Remember,
The-
we weren't very fond of the Republicans during the whole process
yeah,
because they
they're
were
gonna-
just such pushovers.
which is why he name dropped all those people because
Yeah.
they're gonna see a lot of primaries.
Yeah, and they should.
You're right.
I think it doesn't need to be a right against left thing. It just needs to be what's morally, ethically, and socially just. Okay? And those things are not mutually exclusive to the conservative view, and they're not mutually exclusive to this progressive left view. Okay? There needs to be conversations. There needs to be some sort of understanding that, look, okay, this is crazy, right? Boys playing with girls in sports, this is crazy. Let's call a spade, right? Going to unnecessary wars, this is crazy. We don't need to go bomb countries for oil or for whatever other reason, because we have resources, natural resources on our own land that we can utilize. And if the environment is such a concern to you, then why don't we look at the environmental impacts of importing the oil from foreign locations into our country and see how, let's do a cost benefit analysis and figure out what makes more sense. Is fracking worse, or is shipping over oil from the Middle East a better solution? And is flying jets around to go get awards in Iceland a good use of your carbon footprint, or could you just Zoom call and take a trophy by mail or something like that?
Yeah.
Let's not be hypocrites. Let's not say we're doing this for the environment when everything looks like you're doing doesn't give a shit about the environment. So in the name of the environment, in the name of social justice, in the name of whatever, don't try to push bullshit agendas down people's throat that we know we smell the shit from a mile away. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go back to having conversations about things and figure out like a good median. I think that would be fair. I think that would be concrete. And when you run on that platform, even as a Republican, you don't have to go just because they're going crazy left. You don't have to go crazy right. I think just being reasonable and understanding kind of both sides of the argument, I get it. Like, there's certain things that need to change, and we should look to be a more united and a better country. But by isolating half of the country, it's not going to happen. So basically what the liberals were 10, 15 years ago, if we can get like 10% of those people to vote Republican, then you're done. Then we swing this whole thing back to something like, at least where we go back to some sense of normalcy, because this is already, it's just gotten out of hand. We're literally running like a banana republic at this point. And him telling Kamala Harris that she pretty much has like carte blanche. She can just go and talk to any foreign, any foreign leader. Like she can take the calls from them and, discuss policy and issues with them. I thought that was the president's job. I thought the president of the United States is supposed to be our face to foreign governments. So why is the vice president now? That doesn't happen.
She needs practice. That's why. I think that's what the words were from the president.
She needs practice?
She needs practice, yeah. All right, John.
Okay.
We're at the 30-minute mark.
All right.
We're over today.
Are we?
Oh.
Well, I think we're live, so.
Oh, I wasn't even in the picture. I've been all the way over here this entire time.
See, there you go.
There you go. All right, Bernard. I'll see you later, Bernard. Bye, Mom.
Bye, Bernard.
End.